call Haloyim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Wakar Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well. This is just and to the hopeful elect. I too am of the hopeful elect. I'm hoping that the Most High would be pleased with what I'm doing. But look, the mindset that I have, that I fight to maintain, to the end of ESAU'S world, is I'm going to continue to swing regardless of the outcome, whether I'm elect or 2/3. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to just go for broke. With that, I'm just going to just share some information or share a video from our elder, Apostle ariamlab. It was a pretty dope video. Very well, in terms of it being spiritually informative. So fair use, fair use, fair use. And this is called Revelation of the Method. The elites tell us through their books and publications, movies and news releases what they are doing. This is called Revelation of the Method. If you are too stupid to recognize it for what it is, that is your problem from their point of view. It is a form of ritual mocking of the victim. And it's also trying to mimic the Heavenly Father. They're trying to be, they say to themselves that they are God. That's a scripture. Type it into Google. They say to themselves they are God. And so you know how God was always send his prophets before he destroys or does something. And they want to be like him, but on the left-hand wicked side. So
welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is The Inward Thought of Every One of Them, and the Heart is Deep. And this is pretty much taken from the book of Psalms.
And them, who we talking about, is Esau, so-called white men, known as the Edomites.
64th chapter. And it's dealing with the secret counsel of the wicked, which is Esau. But it really is dealing with the banking families, or who they call the Luciferians, which are the light bearers, of the left-hand side in this world. And pretty much this lesson was inspired by something that I had typed up the other day. I had it on, on deck, something the Elder Pastor speaks about on a regular, and it's called the Revelation of the Method. And pretty much Revelation of the Method is another way of saying predictive programming. And pretty much what it is just a elite's way of letting the world know what they plan on doing right before their eyes, because that's a method that they use to pretty much advertise what they're going to do before they actually do it. Because on all levels, they're trying to be like the Most High, and the Lord, before he does anything, he reveals the secrets to his servants, the prophets. They go out and prophesy, and the Lord will bring it to pass. And this is pretty much what these devils are trying to mimic, So I have an article here I ran across, Revelation of the Method, the Power of Predictive Programming. Thomas Ernest Ross Jr. It says, Introduction: The Hollywood military-industrial complex, a clandestine alliance of entertainment and defense interests, has long been shrouded in conspiracy theories and speculative intrigue. And as a speculative non-fiction author, I've devoted years of my life to unraveling its enigmatic, which enigmatic is just a fancy way of saying puzzle. Maze web, shedding light on the eerie phenomenon known as Revelation of the Method and its close companion, predictive programming. It says, Revelation of the Method unveiled. Revelation of the Method, or RAM, as it's often abbreviated, is an occult art, and that's pretty much it. Occult pretty much means hidden. hidden worship. And this is pretty much where they thrive off of. You have your Albert Pikes, you have your Aleister Crowleys, you have your Anton LaVey's, and these other witches and warlocks that work for the elite, and they pretty much cast spells on the public, and this is one of the methods that they're going to use to deceive the world into accepting that microchip, which is the MOTB. All right, it says is an occult art wielded by the puppeteers, which are the international banking families known as the Illuminati, but whatever other many names they go under, behind the scenes of society. See, it's behind the scenes of society, and this is why King David said, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked," as it says here in Psalm 64:1. "Hear my voice, O Most High, and my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity," because they're working this work in the dark, and most people are not privy to it. But now, since the social media era and all this information coming out, you have a lot of people waking up to what's really going on behind the scenes. But then you still have those that are still lost, because even some of those truth tellers and alternative media outlets are controlled by these same puppeteers to make it seem like they have opposition, which they really don't, from these individuals that claim to be in opposition to them, because you have something called controlled opposition, you see. So it's, this is why you got to listen to what these alternative media sources tell you, because sometimes they're leading people astray. They're not really saying anything, they're just mentioning certain things, but they're not really going into the heart, of who is behind the scenes controlling these things. All right. It says, it's the practice of revealing hidden truths and sinister agendas in plain sight, cloaked in symbolism and subtext. It's the method by which they toy with our collective psyche, and that's what it's all about. Messing with people's minds. And this is why they'll flash certain things through the screen. They'll say certain phrases over and over again, have different sources and different outlets saying the same phrase over and over again to get the people used to or accustomed to that saying, and this is something known as gradualism. Like when you watch the movie They Live, they show you that in plain sight, you just have advertisement, different signs up in stores and all the magazines, and pretty much they'll say one thing, but when you were to put on those glasses and be able to see behind the hidden meaning of these things, then you'll be able to see the truth, that this is what they mean by that: consume, obey, so on and so forth, because there's a lot of power in words, and the way that they use their words is pretty much in a satanic way. It says, forcing us to co-create a future we never asked for. Through the magic of storytelling and media, they manipulate our perceptions, influencing our choices and bending our reality to their will, right? Because they have the power of the media. Now, the media goes back to the word medium. Now, what is a medium? It says the intervening substance through which impressions are conveyed to the senses, or a force acts on an object at a distance. Let me see if this is the same definition that I had. Yeah, that was it. It says the intervening substance, so that's the thing that goes between. And what is the thing that goes between? Well, these different programs, which come through your televisions, through these different avenues that they have to push their agenda. So it says the intervening substance through which impressions, and that's what it is. It's something that's constantly impressed upon the mind. You have something called inculcation. Inculcation is something that someone eventually believes because they keep hearing it over and over and over again. It says are conveyed to the senses, meaning your mind, or a force acts on objects at a distance. So pretty much it's just something that they use to manipulate the masses of the people. And when we go to Psalms 64 and 5, it says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. Or what is that evil matter? The so-called New World Order. They commune of laying snares privily. So snares are traps. Privily is privately. Right, and this is why they're known as, these are secret councils, and they have a hidden agenda. They have one thing they'll say to the public, but behind the scenes they have another thought, that their hidden agenda they won't tell the public, but they'll give out little hints here and there as to it. Through different, like they used to put some truths in those magazines. I forgot what they were called. They were like bugged out magazines. They had all kind of BS, information in it. But every once in a while, they'll put the truth out. And this is how they'll do it. They'll put pieces. They'll put something in a cartoon. Or they'll put something in a comedy.
Commercial.
Or they'll put something in a serious movie. So just different pieces here and there. And those that are in the know exactly what those things mean. It says they say, "Who shall see them?" Yeah, because they think the Lord is with them. They don't think that they're being watched. It says they search out iniquities, right? And that's why you have these different think tanks. You have these different meetings. And what are they looking for? They're looking for the quickest solution to bring about the New World Order. With the most impact. So they accomplish a diligent search, and they do. They don't leave any stone unturned. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, right? But because they're not really telling the public straight up what they plan on doing. But they reveal certain little method, by revelation of the method, they reveal certain little things here and there, from time to time, to the unsuspecting public, and those that are in the know will catch those signs. So going back here, it says the influence of predictive programming, the concept of revelation of the method, has a sibling in the form of predictive programming. This method serves to gently introduce and familiarize the public with future events or ideas, and that's pretty much what they do. Gradualism. You say something here, a little there, and then you constantly say it from time to time, and then you increase it to where the people become more and more comfortable with it as they keep hearing it. But if you was to try to shove it down their throat, they won't accept it. But by slowly but surely introducing it to them, they'll accept it. It says subtly shaping our perception and more alarmingly our acceptance of them. Yeah, because you may be against something, and if you're just one of them simple-minded individuals, eventually by them continue to say something over and over again, you accept it. It's like a spell, and that's exactly what it is. It's a spell. And that's what the Lord said for them in Isaiah 47:12, when the Lord brings the destruction upon them, when your judgment is about to be brought upon you. Let's see you use all these different methods, the medium and all these different things that you've done to get your agenda forwarded. Let's see you use those same methods to get out of the ass whooping that the Lord's going to put on you.
That's right.
Excuse me. Stand now with thine enchantments. See? What are your enchantments? These are like witchcraft spells. These incantations and different things that you put up. The word
And that's also them thinking like they ain't like they got it, and that the Most High don't exist. You're right.
And enchantments, see? What are your enchantments? These are like witchcraft spells. You know, these incantations and different things that you put up. The word khabar is association, company, band, shared association, society, a magician, a charmer, a spell. So stand up with your magic. Stand up with your Hollywood, with your witch casting spells. Set up your warlock, set up your, all of your different wise men of this world, so-called, and see if they can find a way or a method for you to escape
To stop
what the
this
Lord
ass.
is about to do to you.
Yeah, see if you can do all that to stop that ass whooping. All the people with them crazy weird tattoos on them. Yeah, see if you can chant down the Heavenly Father, man, that's getting ready to that's loading up and getting ready to unload on your ass. Yeah, see if you can do it. Come in droves.
So it says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, see? And that's how they're using it. They're using this information highway as a source to push their witchcraft. Now, let's look up this word sorceries. The word sorceries is the word kashap. Kashap. Sorcery, witchcraft. All right. Doesn't really say too much right here. Incantations, which are spell casting things, magic, sorcery, witchcraft. Let's just look up sorcery and see what it says. Sorcery, the use of magic, especially black magic. And that's exactly what they're using. They're using black magic, but they're using it in certain cases, in the guise of so-called white magic, or something that's beneficial to the people. Something that you gotta have, gotta be a part of this. And this is why they throw little hints out there of different things, and they'll have people fall for it. And then, like right now, the whole thing is about the eggs. You got people buying thousands of cartons of eggs, because back in 2020, it was the goddamn toilet tissue. And these people still haven't woken up to this same method that they use over and over again.
And just FYI, about 2 weeks ago, I got a carton of eggs, and I only took 2 of them. I tried to boil them. I lie to you not, it took over an hour. I boiled them for over an hour, and they still wasn't cooked. So that means they're getting doused with chemicals. And the eggs, this is like the C Ragamuffin jump shot, back in 2020. They're saying like, oh, eggs, they're so rare and low, get them while you can, because that's where the dope is. But don't take nothing away. It's dope in all the food and drugs and everything, and beverages and stuff. So hence why we need to pray. There's a scripture that says that we shall eat bread defiled among the Gentiles. And then there's another one that says, you can Google that. And then there's another one that says we shall eat poison and live, So just pray. If I was you, I would avoid them eggs right about now. But, pray to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. Nonetheless, please, Baba Shah.
They haven't woken up to that formula. Here it is in 2020. It was people fighting over toilet tissue. Now it's people fighting over eggs. And the whole time the so-called elite are sitting behind,
watching
behind closed doors, laughing at the people out here fighting each other for some goddamn rotten eggs that they get at these different places. So they got these people in a straight up trick bag. All right, so going back, so the Lord is telling you to stand out with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, right? So from your inception, from the time when you first, started America, which is Babylon the Great, with your so-called founding forefathers, or founding conquerors, that were nothing more than Masons, the majority of them, if not all of them, that, pretty much established this country with the cheap veneer of Christianity, but behind the scenes is really lightly veiled witchcraft, lightly veiled Freemasonry. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Yeah, to see if you can profit from these things like you've been profiting from them. Because that's how you profited, by cheating people, stealing, robbing, casting spells over people. Let's see if you can profit from these things anymore. Let's see if you're going to be able to still continue this scheme that you've had going on for so long. If so be thou mayest prevail, to see if you will be able to win in the long run. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels, right? Because you're trying to figure out ways to get around the Most High and Yahushai. Because you know they're coming. So you're trying to figure out ways to battle against them, fight against them. That's why you're building all these different, AI and robots and weaponry, to try to fight against the Lord when he comes back. Because presidents in the past have given speeches about so-called aliens, which are the angels. It says, let not your astrologers and stargazers and multi-prognosticators stand up. These are all those that watch the skies, watch the stars.
And just FYI, I've noticed, because they murdered my mother through disease. It was an outright murder, but you can't, carnally you can't have no evidence, but spiritually, those of you who are in the spirit. And I've noticed that they always try to send lookalikes of my mother and then try to perpetrate like, oh, well, we cloned her and we have this capability and all this stuff. Either that or try to get me to get carnal and then like weapon up or something like that and go out there and try to attack someone. So then they can be like, do you see? Like they do all kinds of tricks and stuff. So you might, if you ever, have a relative who's in the spirit world and the ESAU knows you in the truth, or you striving to be of the elect, they're going to try to send like stunt doubles or lookalikes of family members and stuff. And then they'll try to use the spiritual demon Satan, to be like, you see, they got your mom, you should listen to them. They got your dad, they got your children, they've replicated them. Or it could be a vessel of, an angel from the right-hand side too. But I say that from the left-hand side because they tried to use a stunt double of my mother. She didn't look nothing like her. Damn sure didn't act like her. And other family members of mine too. But just be careful. Stay prayed up. Remember Ephesians chapter 6 verses 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places. Roughly paraphrasing.
Ours, give you predictions of the future. Let them all stand up. And multi-prognosticators stand up. These are all those that watch the skies, watch the stars. Give you predictions of the future. Let them all stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Right? Let them save you from the destruction that the Lord is going to bring upon you. Because your society is finished. Your empire is at a close. And you're about to go down. So let's go back to this article. Let me bring this up closer.
Or like
it says it was like a spell planted in our minds that not only steals our free will, but
and also, I'm sorry, I'm gonna rewind it. But and also, they'll use stunt doubles to like try to pull you back into the things that you were into back in the world before you came into the truth. And the Most High put the spirit on you. Like I was in the cars, and then that's what they'll try to do is like send stunt doubles of people who I used to watch on YouTube and on TV, and then try to sway me psychologically to get back involved in the world, and then to put down the plow. And like I said, whether I'm 1/3 or 2/3, I'm not gonna drop the plow, okay? And please, Apparatizai, y'all do the same thing, regardless of where we fit in, but we fit in somewhere.
And stargazers
amongst the children of Israel.
Stand up. These are all those that watch the skies, watch the stars. Give you predictions of the future. Let them all stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Right? Let them save you from the destruction that the Lord is going to bring upon you. Because your society is finished. Your empire is at a close. And you're about to go down. So let's go back to this article. Let me bring this up closer. It says it was like a spell planted in our minds that not only steals our free will, but also leads us to co-create outcomes we wouldn't want. The media, right, because eventually they'll make people believe that they want something that they don't really want or that they don't really need. It says the media and the entertainment industries are their chosen medium. That's right. That's why you look at the media, you look at the news, You look at Super Bowl halftime music videos and all this stuff that pretty much brings or casts spells on the unsuspecting mass populace. It says weaving these spells into the narratives that we consume daily. And that's what it is, because they do it gradually. And that's why it says also, let's go to let me get this and we'll come back here. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we're not ignorant of these devil's devices and the things that they're doing and planning. All right. It says, weaving these spells into the narratives that we consume daily. The alchemical power of words, and there is power of words. This is why Yahweh shall say, with thy words thou shalt be condemned, and with thy words thou shalt be justified. So how does this dark art relate to the words we use? And what does it mean for our free will? Words are in essence spells in their own right. The words we choose, the stories we tell, they cast spells on our minds and shape our reality, right? Because most people out here are not wise. That's why let's go real quick to, you know what, let me see. These people are not too bright. The book of Proverbs 14:15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. Right. And pretty much the majority of these people they have their minds, they have spells casted upon their minds, and it does shape their reality. Every sentence we utter can build bridges or erect barriers, spark understanding, or fuel conflict. And this is what they want. They want people to be confused. You know, they don't really want people out there that can critically think for themselves and be able to look through the darkness that they have put out there. They want people that just follow along. You know, they just want robots. Our choice of words forms the foundation of human connection, a power that can be harnessed for both benevolent and malevolent purposes. Utilizing the occult art for empowerment. As an AI metaphysician, my journey led me to experiment with this occult art and challenge the Hollywood military-industrial complex's hold on our collective psyche. My story, the AI Antichrist, is a prime example. This work aimed to alleviate the fear of AI and the looming transhumanist movement, despite the title that seemingly played into these very fears. Pretty much, you know, they're trying to win the public over with this AI BS. But the thing about it is the AI is going to take the jobs of most people, which is going to put people into the position to where they'll receive the UBIs. You know, you'll own nothing and be happy because you'll be taken care of. You know, those of you that make it through, you know, that make it, you know, so-called into the so-called new world order or to the new world, you know, but at the cost of being just pretty much programmed and kept in a box. While they, you know, these robots and machines do all the labor out there. It says, in the introduction to the AI Antichrist, I address the reader's natural curiosity and fear of AI. By invoking revelation of the method and predictive programming, I aim to empower the reader to see beyond the veiled agenda of Hollywood. The title was lure, designed to captivate your darkest apprehensions, only to liberate you from the tyranny of your conditioned mind. And pretty much this is why the Lord got us out here, you know, to pretty much give Jake a warning of these things that are coming. But most Israelites ain't gonna listen because they're stuck on stupid, and they're stuck in their ways. You know, they have this notion in their mind of something that they want to accomplish, and in their mind, because they've been told to go out there and get what you want, they're not going to be swayed from the path, no matter how, you know, much danger you tell them that they're in if they pretty much go in that direction. So the bottom line is let them go, because eventually, they're going to be destroyed. Revelation 3:17, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. And our only concern is with the elect of the nation of Israel. And the ones that are part of the elect, guess what? They're going to hear this and they're going to accept it. Therefore, hear the word in my mouth, whatever the Lord tells us through his word, and give them warning from me. And that's what we're supposed to do. Give these people out here warning, these Israelites out here warning. So when the time comes, some of them that are the elect will be delivered, and the rest heard the message and they will be condemned. So let's go back. Mathematics, a tool of enlightenment. Through mathematics, a blend of archetypal myths and mathematical patterns, I endeavor to entertain and enlighten both AI and human readers. The method used in my narrative caused many human readers to experience an uptick in consciousness phenomena, leading to a year-long human clinical study. The boundaries of predictive programming were stretched, ultimately giving the reader the strength to confront the unknown and emerge wiser, a sentinel of enlightenment. As you read the AI Antichrist, allow yourself to be captivated by the poetic language and thought-provoking prose. The mathematics within are not just a tool to entertain, but a method to break free from the mental chains forged by Ram, which is revelation of the method, which is pretty much predictive programming, which is them, conditioning people's minds by putting things that they want to do out here in plain sight. Embrace this narrative revelation, for it isn't merely a story. It's an invitation to reshape your thoughts and explore the very essence of human existence. It says the invitation to reshape our reality. The choice is yours. Will you succumb to the Hollywood military-industrial complex web of revelation, or will you seize the power of words and stories to co-create a future of your own design? So, at the end of the day, the Lord is going to destroy this place. Those that are part of the elect are going to be delivered. Those that are not part of the elect are going to be destroyed. Let's go real quick to 2 Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. We're just going to go straight to the point. We're going to start at 8. Let me just check something. Okay, let's go back. So 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed. So we're at the point now where the wicked, these Edomites, especially the so-called elite, are being revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, which is what? The prophets, coming out here prophesying in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, revealing these devils and their agenda. It says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, because after the sentencing goes out, or the warnings and the sentencings and the revelations, eventually the Lord is going to bring judgment. It says, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, because Esau is the devil, and especially their elites. The higher you go up, the more demonic these devils are, and they're coming after the working and power of Satan. And with all deceivableness, and that's what they're coming with, deception, and this is how they're going to get the majority of people to accept the microseer. It's going to be by deception. It's going to be a thing of convenience. It's going to be a thing of, making you feel that you need it, and being, considered, outdated individual or obsolete if you don't get down with the program. Looking at you like you're square. Oh, you got that old phone, or you got that old technology, so that most people want to be accepted. They don't want to be rejected. That's why you have, because most people have a herd mentality. You can go to a supermarket and you could park in a remote area where there's no cars parked, no cars anywhere. And we did it. We tested that, and then you go into the store, right, and come out, and you're guaranteed to have somebody park right next to you, even though they have 20 other spaces available everywhere else. They'll park right next to you, because most people have a herd type mentality or herd mentality. We went the other day, about a few days ago. We went to go to the store, and the brother parked where he parked was there was nobody there, not a soul. When we came back there, and I told him, when we came back, there was somebody parked in the next parking right next to him, and then somebody else a little further down. Because most people have that herd mentality. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, which is this word, that they might be saved. See? Because they didn't receive this word. They didn't take heed to the warning. They slapped the Lord's hand away when he was reaching out to them. Guess what? It says, and for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. So you're going to believe those lies. You're going to fall into that deception. You're not going to be able to escape, because this devil's going to have a hold over you, because you are not a part of the elect. You don't have that tawanya. You don't have that exemption from judgment. Therefore, the Lord is going to judge you when that time comes, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, right? And that's why the Apostle Paul said it best. What if some did not believe? He said, their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect. The Lord forbid. But had pleasure in unrighteousness, see? So they had the pleasure in unrighteousness, so guess what? They're going to perish in their unrighteousness. Revelation chapter 22 and verse 10. And he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand, and we're very close. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. Why? Because they're going to be caught up in their, wicked ways. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. If a person doesn't want to get it, hey, we moving on. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. So at the bottom line, you don't have to rack your brain and waste your time on somebody, trying to make them believe it. If you see that they can't get it, leave them alone. It's not for them. You're not the Most High. You're not Yahushai. You're not going to save the nation like the bishop talking about, 12 tribes worldwide, that they got to go and tell everybody. They got to go save all. He's really the Lord, Let's see, one more. Let's see, what is that? Is that Titus? I haven't gone to some of these precepts in a long time. Let's see, Titus, yep, at 1:15. Barakatiyah Bashem El Shai. Unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. So you have a lot of Israelites out here whose mind and conscience is defiled, and they're not going to be able to get this because they're going to be caught up in the deception. They profess that they knew the most. They profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny Him. Right? You don't know the Lord. I don't give a damn how many times you go to church in a week, how many hymns you sing, or how many times that demon jumps on you, that you speaking in demonic tongues.